Hiya, we've made it. It's finally the day when PlayStation has revealed all about Project Spartacus. Although it's not called that, we'll get into all of that. In this video, I'm going to break down all what Sony's told us about their new subscription service, my take on it as well. This video isn't all about console wars or anything like that at all. We're literally just looking at it, giving my take. Obviously, I feel like you're going to compare it to Game Pass to some extent, although maybe it's not really an answer to Game Pass. We'll get into it. Please do subscribe, hit that bell on notification. It really does help. And comment, let me know what you think about this video. Every little helps. I'd love to one day be a voice in the gaming industry. So let's take a look at the PlayStation blog. Okay, so first of all, we'll get through. It's a lot of PR speak, talking about 700 plus games, which obviously you know, first of all, is a lot more than what Game Pass currently offers, but let's ignore the PR speak. Let's go down to what it is. Okay, so you've got PlayStation Plus Essential, PlayStation Plus Extra, PlayStation Plus Premium. So they're keeping the PlayStation Plus name. There's no Spartacus. There's none of that Neo. In the leaks, it was all talking about those three tiers. All of that is true. There are three tiers to this. So let's break all of this down. PlayStation Plus Essential. This is exactly the same that you have right now with your regular PlayStation Plus membership. So it provides exactly the same benefits: 2 monthly downloadable games, exclusive discounts, cloud storage for saved games, online multiplayer access. No changes for existing PlayStation Plus members in this tier. So that means when this comes out in June, that's when this sort of window, it's going to start to roll out across the gaming market from June onwards, and you will just move to PlayStation Plus Essential automatically, obviously, if you have a PlayStation Plus subscription. So the price for that remains the same. I'm in the United Kingdom, so $6.99. Now, this is the new stuff, PlayStation Plus Extra. This provides all the benefits from the Essential tier, adds a catalogue of up to 400 plus games of the most enjoyable PS4 and PS5 games, including blockbuster hits as well from our PlayStation Studios catalogue and third-party partners. Games in the Extras tier are also downloadable to play as well. That goes up to $10.99 a month in the UK. United States is going to be $14.99 in that market. So basically what they're doing is, it's similar to last year when Xbox got rid of Gold and sort of bundled all that in with Game Pass. They're doing the exact same thing here with PlayStation now. So essentially they're just going to merge together and it'll be done through tiers. So that's the second. And then the final one, which is Premium. Obviously provides all the previous benefits. Adds up to 340 additional games. So you've got 400 on the Plus Extra, and then you've got an extra 340, I think, on top of that, yeah, with the Premium. Now, PS3 games is going to be available on cloud streaming. Biggest disappointment there. We'll get into that in a second. A catalogue of classic games available in both streaming and downloadable options from the original PlayStation, PS2, and PSP generations. There's also going to be cloud streaming access for original PlayStation, PS2 and all of that, and PS4 games. No mention of PS3 here, but obviously that's mentioned above. And you can stream games obviously using PS4, PS5 consoles. It's stuff that we already know, really. It's essentially PlayStation now, really. Time-limited game trials, which will be offered in this tier, so customers can try select games before they buy. It'd be interesting if they do that with their first-party games day one. The price in the United Kingdom, £13.49 a month. United States, you're looking at $70.99 a month in that market. That is it. That is what Spartacus has come to be. Revealed in this blog post. Honestly, it's a difficult one because they clearly have a different strategy to Xbox. I actually want to show you this article, which was done by Christopher Dring over at gamesindustry.biz, and Jim Ryan has been talking a lot all about all of this. The interesting points, actually, Christopher Dring did put on Twitter, and I think he's done a really good job of actually breaking down this article. So if I go down, so I think it was gamesindustry.biz obviously is reporting all of this, part of the interview. the really interesting thing is, especially when you look at PlayStation Plus, tiered PlayStation Plus, and Game Pass, is that Jim Ryan has said that if Sony puts its first-party games into the service day and date, he is saying that it would increase the cost of the service, and that would result in less investment for its studios as well. So basically, he's saying PlayStation first-party titles is not going to be coming day one onto this service. So don't expect God of War Ragnarok to appear on there, and games that come after it, Spider-Man 2. They won't be on that service day one. He has acknowledged, though, that this position may change in the future. He said that things can change very quickly in the industry, which, of course, it does. The thing is, though, is to do with the pricing. In terms of what you get with this service, my take on it, I think, is really disappointing. It's sad that the PS3 games are bundled with the highest, with the premium tier. That I don't like, and it's even worse the fact that they're only going to be available cloud streaming. I just don't understand that when you've got PS2 games that you can download and play, but why can't you do that with the PlayStation 3 games? People have literally been begging for so long to be able to just download and play the PS3 games off PS Now. Why? Is there a technology issue with the PlayStation 5? Is it just falling on deaf ears? I really don't know. But nevertheless, it's really disappointing that we can't just download and play PS3 games. That's something that I really want to do, because I grew up playing Xbox. Never had a PS2. Always loved playing it at my friend's house. But I got a PlayStation in 2018. My first 3 games was Yakuza 0, God of War, amazing start, introduction to PlayStation, and Detroit Become Human. Those were those 3 first games that I played. So I missed out on so many games. PS3 generation games, I've only played just streaming them from PS Now, which aren't too great, and that was Killzone 2 I did, and Infamous 1. And that's as far as I got, because streaming, it's just not great. It's just, I don't know, it's just not there for me. So I'm gutted that we can't download PS3 games. I know a lot of people have been sort of like fathoming at the idea of downloading Metal Gear Solid 4 and playing that, but at the moment anyway, that's not going to happen. But the pricing is also an issue with this as well. So look, you're looking at $17.99 monthly. United Kingdom, £13.49 monthly. Obviously in the other markets, Europe, €16.99. Xbox Game Pass, Ultimate Game Pass, is cheaper. And when you look at what you get with Game Pass, you know, those games day and day, and the future of Xbox is obviously, of course, looking very, very bright. You know, with Starfield coming out at the end of the year, and beyond that, you've got Activision, Blizzard coming into the fold as well. It's looking so exciting. So, the pricing just seems so off with this. It is cheaper, though, I've got to admit, this new PlayStation subscription service on an annual basis. But is it worth it, though, with what you're getting for Game Pass? That's the thing. Jim Ryan also said in this interview, according to Christopher, of course the interview can be read in full detail on gamesindustry.biz. He was saying that about subscription services. He was asked about subscription services and being likely to become the dominant model in the video game industry. Jim Ryan answered that question saying that he doesn't think it will, instead believing that live service games is going to be where gamers gravitate, and that's where the future will be. Now, we've heard a lot recently about PlayStation putting their money into live service games, of course acquiring Bungie. You've got Naughty Dog working on The Last of Us multiplayer. So I do wonder, and this is what will actually make me interested, because I think you've got to accept that first party, day one, the big Horizons, the big God of Wars, they're not going to come day one onto this service. But it would be interesting if they do put their live service games day one onto this service. And if they do that, you know what, I might be interested. I mean, I've got really into playing Sea of Thieves recently. I played that at launch on the Xbox, dropped off it probably like a week, 2 weeks after playing it, and I've just got back into it again through Game Pass. And because I've been really enjoying it, and it's part of a subscription, so you almost see it as being free in a way, although it's not. You're paying a subscription for it. I've spent my money purchasing cosmetics and stuff in that game, and I feel like Sony could potentially make a lot more money in terms of live service rollout of games by adding them onto this service, because if they're already part of a subscription, people are going to be more inclined to buy into the cosmetics. Hopefully there's no pay to win. I think, hopefully, fingers crossed, we're beyond that now. But I'd be more inclined to actually spend money semi-regularly into those games if they're good. So that would be the thing that would potentially win me over on this. The final thing that says here is that the new PS Plus is that the primary audience is existing players. The opportunity is converting its 48 million PS Plus users to the higher tiers. That's what they want to do. So it's not like it's actually competing with Game Pass the same way that PS5 is competing with the Xbox Series X and the Series S as well. So that's a summary of all of this. What I'd say is, because I find it really hard not to, let's go back, not to compare this to Game Pass. Because at the end of the day, you're paying for the subscription, you're getting games, you're downloading games, and you're playing them. And I just feel like PlayStation are missing out on a lot of opportunities. It's almost like they've got a bit cocky with their first-party titles. And PS4 was incredible. The games on that service, on that console, were incredible. Last of Us, just all of them, was so good. But the issue is, for me, is the fact that with my Series X, I can go into my cupboard and I can pick out a game that I played on the 360 15 years ago, put it in, and it actually looks and plays better on the Series X with Auto HDR and all of that kind of stuff, and the faster load times utilising that. And it's just great, and it's a great sort of nostalgia experience with that. So I find it sad that they're not actually going into their old games and going down the full backwards compatibility route. Like, yeah, you're going to be playing PS2 games and all of that kind of stuff, but are they going to look better than they did back then? Are they going to have like HDR added on, just looking like a little bit crisper, just a little bit nicer to play? Not like, oh my god, I've literally gone back playing it how it was on the PS2. I feel like they could do more with that. I don't get what the reasoning is why PS3 games aren't downloadable. I just can't comprehend as to why. That just seems so, especially with people just calling out for that for so long. I can't get my head around it at all. Has it fallen on deaf ears? Is it a software issue? But then I feel like, can it be a software issue? Because I mean, PS4 games are playable, and PS2 games are playable. So what's the issue with the PS3? I don't know. So that's my issue, is that I wish that they went further with actually going into these old games and improving them with that HDR features and frame rate as well. That would be brilliant. But it doesn't look like they're going to do that. It just seems very sort of basic, bare minimum, really. It's sad, obviously, that you can't download PS3 games. That's my biggest issue with this. And the other thing is that the PS3 games and all of that kind of stuff, you've got to be paying the highest tier, which, if you pay monthly, is more than Game Pass. And you get so much better value for Game Pass. Like, Game Pass for me is literally like a utility bill now. It goes like gas, electric, water, Netflix, Game Pass. That's what it's like for me. But we need to look at the future of the gaming industry. And when you look at the future between PlayStation and Xbox, don't get me wrong, PlayStation is brilliant. They've got brilliant games coming out. Horizon was brilliant. I'm so excited for God of War Ragnarok. Wolverine, that's going to be great, isn't it? Obviously Spider-Man 2. They've got brilliant franchises under the belts, and it's great. But if you look at maybe, I don't know, not really the hardcore gamer or the parent, and they're looking at what console to buy their kid, or, you know, here in the UK anyway, we're in a cost of living crisis at the moment. But he's not too great. And obviously we've come out of a worldwide pandemic, you know. It's not like many people have as much disposable income as, you know, they used to, obviously. So when you look at the two services, especially when you look at the future, like, what is the most played game? Like, universally, internationally, by the most people? Call of Duty sells like hotcakes every single year. When you look at that, okay, and you look at PlayStation, and you're going to be having to pay $70, £70 to play Call of Duty on PlayStation. But if you get an Xbox and you get Game Pass, you are going to get Call of Duty rolled in with Game Pass day and date, day one it comes out, as part of your subscription. People are still going to be a lot more inclined to go to Xbox and down the Game Pass route, especially with how money is at the moment, how the world is. You know, Xbox is clear a better value for money in the gaming space at the moment, whereas before, PS4 was a much more better value for money, and Xbox One wasn't. They completely screwed that up. But now things have changed completely, and you know, on top of that, you know that if you get Game Pass, you're going to get the most fantastic potential RPGs day and date. The next Elder Scrolls game, Starfield. You know, you've got Bethesda Game Studios, you've got Obsidian, and then family games. You know, you've got Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and then FPS. God, you've got Halo, you've got Doom, and you've got Call of Duty. You've just got sort of everything, really. So maybe, you know, it's hard to not compare it to this PlayStation subscription service. Obviously, PlayStation still have a different vision where they're not going down fully the subscription route. They're just doing what's easier for them to make a little bit more cash, really, which is bundle PlayStation Plus into PS Now. And that's essentially the way of looking at this, I think, because you can't even compare it to Game Pass in terms of PlayStation being better, because Game Pass is just so beyond that in terms of the value for money. I was skeptical Game Pass when it first came out, and now I'm fully on board, and things might change with PlayStation Plus, and in the future they change their plans and they start to put out more games day one, but I really don't see them doing that, because at the end of the day, when Spider-Man 2 comes out, I'm going to go straight out and pre-order it and buy it. You know, when Horizon Forbidden West came out, I pre-ordered it. I brought that straight away. So, we'll see. But the thing that will win me over most definitely will be putting live service games onto this subscription service. I think that is the future. Well, that would be a good sort of future for that service, or a good starting point, if anything, really. It'll be interesting, obviously, with third-party games. Maybe Hogwarts Legacy. They've got a really big marketing campaign with Hogwarts Legacy. Will they put money into that to have that on the subscription service? Maybe Final Fantasy 16. You know, that's all a possibility. And then, you know, maybe I'd consider it, having it alongside. But the price point just seems a bit too much when you see what you get for Game Pass. But it'll be interesting to see what the future is and where PlayStation goes with this, down this route, and how many people actually subscribe to it. I mean, I pay for PS Now, so maybe I'll already get a higher tier. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Are you going to be subscribing to this service? Let me know in the comments, and let me know all what you think as well. Please do subscribe. It's literally my dream to be a voice in this industry and work in this industry. I'm so passionate about it. And yeah, ring that notification bell, and it will notify you when I upload a video as well. And you can catch me on Twitch. I'm on that more than anything. Alex Jack Brown, same name as this channel. Search that on Twitch. I'll come up, and I stream Sunday, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 7 PM GMT UK time. Maybe I'll see you there, but in the meantime, take care, and thank you so much for watching.